First of all, I extend my warm greetings to all my viewers. At the time of examination, we all just want our students to study. I hope everyone of us may be hoping that our kid will be the one, he will be the one who could score, she will be the one who can score the maximum marks. Or maybe, if not that much, but then we expect more from them. Our expectations increase like anything at the time of examination. But do you think really this is going to benefit the child? Especially when he or she himself or herself is facing that kind of pressure which we are putting them, they themselves are feeling at the time of examination. So, the most important thing at the time of examination for them is to be confident and positive. For this, what can we do? We can create such atmosphere, such stimulating atmosphere in which the child can feel like studying more, or they get more inclined towards the studies. Of course, they not we must not in fact expect them from them to just to study during the exams, or especially just before the exams. Of course, during the exams they are going to study only, even if we don't say. But the kids need to be more freed up. They need to be more supported. They should feel that support. Now I proceed with the tips for the examination for my students exclusively. For my students, by this I mean that for the primary class students. Now, these children, these kids, you need to be more focused towards your schedule. That is what, yes, you have to maintain a particular schedule, you have to create a timetable for your revisions, for your examination. What can we do for that? Right from the time when your syllabus has finished, you can gear up, you can pull your socks up. But then, if in case there may be people, there may be children who are still they are hoping for the last day to start their preparations. So please, I request all the students to please do not wait for that last moment. You can gear up your studies, your plannings way back, and make your own timetable by yourself. Just make it that much which you can follow. If you can study for 2 hours at a stretch, then you just maintain, you just write that timing in your timetable for which you can study. Do not be after just the timings or the quantity of studies. Your quality of studies matters. If you prepare 10 questions out of maybe 20 or 30, those 10 questions in a day should be thorough. You should be thorough with them. You should be able to answer them any time, even if your parents or anyone wakes you up from your sleep and you are asked that question, you should be able to answer it. Then next is, then you can start increasing your stamina, your capability. Okay, then comes your place where you are going to study. So you must find that such a place, you must select such a place in your home where you feel that positivity, you feel like studying more. It should be a stimulating place. By stimulating, I mean that something which inspires you. You can put up the charts, maps, okay, some other revising material around you, which mostly recalls this thought that yes, you have to study, you have to sit for studies again, you have to start revising again. So by this we finish 3 tips. First of all is, you have to start your revision early, preparations early, then revision early, and do it with the timetable which you have prepared. Along with that timetable, you have to prepare. And third one is, sit in such a stimulating place where you are able to study again and again. It's okay if you are not able to learn a lot or loads of questions or material. You just break them into chunks. Just now I told you that if you are preparing 10 questions, then they should be solid ones. Okay, so in the same way, revise little but often. You have to make it a practice that you should start. Yes, okay, you have taken a break, then you sit again and then you start preparing again. But you don't have to break that rhythm. Revise little and often. You don't have to break that rhythm. That it's not that you have to just keep studying, you have to just sit. Just now, as I told you, that you have to maybe you are revising 10 questions, but those 10 questions should be solid ones. Then again, you cannot just leave the studies, you have to sit again. So keep the frequency should be more. That means you have to sit more times, but maybe you are doing in chunks. You are revising a little. Moving on to our next tip, that is, you can use some games. Guess which kind of games during exams? You can prepare some games of by which you can learn few hard things like anagrams, or maybe a poetry or something which lets you learn more about, or you can say better or easily about that hard or difficult topic. This is a way by which you can learn. Or you can even make a few games in which there are some few games like if you're teaching, if you may become a teacher and you may start teaching that anyone, maybe your siblings, younger siblings, or maybe your friends, neighborhood friends. In this way you can learn also. Okay, another tip is to revise through the sample papers, or you can say the revision papers which you are being provided, or maybe through internet. On internet also they are available, so you can make use of internet in this way. You revise, you practice more by writing, or maybe by just simply solving any question or number of questions in a way in which you get in exams. Another tip is a very special one, and it is particularly for those students who feel some topics are very difficult. What you can do, child, is you can select those topics which are more difficult or which are easier ones. Now this is up to you, which you have to decide which topic, or you can try that which topic is giving you more confidence. If you are preparing, if you are finishing up with a difficult topic, or if you are finishing up with a easier one. So it is up to you, and you, in this way, you will definitely achieve the targets. You will meet the targets of learning your topics. And of course, you must make one more thing, that you list out all the topics or syllabus or chapter numbers, and you keep on putting a tick. The one which you have completed in all sorts, in all aspects. If you have completed all the questions, all the exercises, even the textual reading. So in this way, if you keep on putting a tick, it will also enhance your confidence. And lastly, I would just remind you to be positive. Be calm and confident throughout your examination and before it also. That's it. Thank you so much and have a nice day.